Hey everyone, I thought I could do a, small video on Satisfactory. I don't know if anyone's, played this game. It's relatively popular, I think, but it's basically a 3D version of Factorio. It's nice and relaxed, satisfying. There are enemies, but they can't hurt your base. They can't destroy your factory. They can't do anything. You don't have to worry about your stuff being lost. You don't have to worry about running out of resources. It's kind of just you know, a nice, relaxing game. You find resources, build mines, you send the materials to your factory, you have it processed, and then you have it turned into different goods. You run conveyors to your machinery, splitters. There's a lot of different recipes. There's alternate recipes. There's a lot of exploration in this game, which is pretty cool. There's a pretty big map. You can see here. Map's pretty enormous. I still haven't even explored it all on this playthrough. I didn't play it for about a year. I was waiting for updates. I played it pretty extensively, the update that I did play it. So I waited a few updates, so they added some new stuff. The game's still in early access. A little bit of frame loss here, probably because I'm recording video. But yeah, you basically just have fun organizing and making the factory any way you want. You have to manage your power. Here's like I have capacitors here, power storage, stores electricity. Here's my coal generator to make electricity using coal. It fed water there from these water pipes to a water source over there. Here's just some extra little copper producing places here that make copper. I forget even what it's called, copper something. It's used in electronics. Copper sheets. This game is pretty satisfying. It's not violent. You don't have to worry about deadlines or being in a hurry or losing your stuff. You just make the factory however you want. You're making circuit boards here. There's some of my power storage. Here's the base where I first started out. Started out very small. I really had wanted this factory to be organized, but I kept just growing and growing and getting too lazy to keep it organized, so it kind of just became a gigantic mess. But although it looks chaotic, I do, know every little piece of this factory. I know what every building is, where it's feeding to, what it's fed from, what it does. Here's my oil refineries. These ones produce plastic. Most of these are producing plastic. You need a lot of plastic for the end game materials. I think this one's making rubber. These two are making fuel out of the heavy oil residue from the plastic and the rubber. It's all fed through here into a storage container, fed into my primary factory here. All this is just to produce some iron parts like screws and iron plates. Modular frames here. So my main building is like 5 or 6 stories tall. The first floor is pretty simple. It's just making some copper wires out of titanium and copper. Up one more, I have like the lower tier, like tier 1 and tier 2 stuff being produced here, which everything you make is used in something else, so you have to set everything to be automated to be produced. Here's my steel production. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steel producing foundries making steel ingots. They're fed coal and iron. You see my coal mines way off there in the distance, way out there. That's my coal. And then see higher up, we have a little bit more complex parts being created. Computers. Down there we have the structural beams of concrete and steel. More modular frames. Heavy modular frames, which is one of the biggest bottlenecks in this game I've noticed. You really need to dedicate a lot to modular frame production. I only have one building those. I really should have been smarter and had those produced more, but as it is, it's too late now to make a whole other section of my base dedicated to making those. Here's my manufacturer, making supercomputers. Of course, it's bottlenecked on computers, but I don't need too many of these, so I don't really care about it as bottlenecked. This is the major bottleneck I have right now, is this adaptive control units. they just get produced really slow, and you need them in the very top tier items, which is up here. Oh, these magnetic field generators is what I'm trying to get more of. And these assembly director systems for my phase 4. But I'll just give it time. It's working. I already have my particle accelerator. I already made all the nuclear processes I need to finish the game. I have all the thermal propulsion rockets to finish the game, so just kind of waiting on the last couple storage bins full of those last 2 items, and I'm pretty much done with everything you can do right now in the game. I think I have 104 hours in this factory. Some of that's AFK, just letting it run for a while when I go to work or something. This game really has great graphics. Looks nice. Has nice relaxing music. This is all like my upper tier stuff being made here, like cooling systems, turbo motors, those are heat sinks, this should be the crystal oscillators. Yeah, radio control units, these should be the fused modular frames, another big bottleneck for a while there, but it caught up. A little further down we have my 2 nuclear reactors, which do not run very efficiently. They kind of changed up the way the nuclear stuff works in this, I guess, last update. Maybe it was the update before the last one. You can actually refine your used uranium into plutonium now, which is cool, but plutonium is a lot harder to... Well, it's a lot more radioactive. So my plutonium reactor, you can see there in the background, is only on about half the time, because it just needs a lot of used and spent uranium to produce plutonium fuel. I don't want to go too close over there. I don't have a radiation suit on, and I'll die pretty quickly. But it's pretty complex over there. There's a lot of machinery making the uranium fuel rods and the plutonium fuel rods. There's a particle accelerator over there as well. This is the... see my lines bringing resources out of here, in here. Up there is my Criterium mine. I have an oil producing derricks over there, bringing oil to my refineries. These are all refineries. This produces batteries. You know, this game has... oh, no, this is going to hurt. This game has really good, like, trains and trucks, but I just have never found a reason to use trains. It's just so much easier to run pipes, in my opinion. More reliable. I guess it's just cool to have trains and automated vehicles running. Here's a silica, or silka. That's just excess materials go into that and they get ground down. It turns into coupons you can use to buy cosmetics and stuff. So, I mean, yeah, this is my factory as it is right now. I don't know how much more I'm going to keep playing this factory, only because I pretty much reached the end of the game here. My phase 4 is almost complete. It's just a waiting game now. I've explored most of the map. I've collected almost all the power slugs. You collect power slugs and you turn them into these little like cylinders that you put, and they make your machines run faster at the cost of more power shards. So those are like hidden all throughout the map. There's hundreds and hundreds of them. I think I found most of them this run through. Right now I'm just using a hover pack, which lets you fly freely when you're within a certain distance of a power line. Pretty convenient. But anyways, so this is my factory at the moment. I mean, if this is the kind of game that you think you'd be into, I 100% recommend it. It's very reasonably priced. There's a lot of replay value. It is multiplayer. If you want to build a factory with your friends. I used to play with friends, and then they kind of got horrified with how complex and disorganized my factory was, and so they didn't really keep playing with me. I think they play it on their own sometimes. But anyways, yeah, check this game out. It's fun. It's by Coffee Stain Studios. They make a lot of other games I've actually done videos on. They're a good development team. I would really have loved to make this factory organized, buildings and actual walls that have conveyor slots built right into the wall. Instead, it's just a complex monstrosity of wires and conveyors. But yeah, fun game. very much recommend it. If you like building, organizing, managing resources and power and exploring, then this is definitely the game for you. There's also like, light combat. You can make like rifles and rebar guns to defeat the like wild animals that will attack you and stuff, but you really don't need to do that all that much. There's little cars you can build, drive around, you can make trains. You can make the hyper tubes. Here, I'll show you one of these. If you want to get around your base fast before you unlock the hover thing. It's kind of fun. You can put tubes all around your base. Kind of like Futurama. So I guess I'll end this video here. I mean, it's not the most exciting, thrilling thing ever, but if you want a nice game you can play by yourself, relax, make some things, then Satisfactory. It's on the Steam store.